Welcome to another edition of Axe Creation. Today we're going to be looking at some multi-finger tapping riffs, or more of just how to incorporate them or develop some ideas using that technique. It's not so much an exercise or some arpeggio that you should be working on. It's just a riff that I came up with from an upcoming track I wanted to share with you and show you my insight to how I come up with these ideas, what's going on in my thought process. So as I sit down and play these ideas, I basically think about two things. One, the chord I'm playing or the chord I'm outlining, and then the rhythm that I'm going to apply to that harmony. So first thing is first, the chord that I'm playing, in the left hand I'm going to be hammering on all of these notes. So I'm basically playing a C chord. So those notes on your D string, standard tune, on my D string, 10, which is C, then I have the third, E, and then on the same string I have 12, which is the fifth, and there's my little C major triad. And now as this riff progresses, the left hand, the 12th fret G is actually going to go down a half step to F sharp, creates a sharp 11 sound, a Lydian type sound. Real popular sound, it sounds great. Now with the right hand, I'm going to be tapping with my middle finger and ring finger. Now I'm doing that mainly because I usually hold the pick with my first finger, so that allowed me to jump in and play something else. But even if I'm not holding a pick, as in this case, I'm still going to be tapping with that finger. So over here, all I'm tapping is essentially power chords or fifths. So the two that I'm playing are half step next to each other. So I have on the D and G strings, I have 18 and 20, and then 17 and 19, which is essentially G and D, and then G sharp and D sharp. And the reason, or how I got to incorporating those, is when I'm tapping over here, the 17th fret that I land on my pinky, the 12th fret on the G string is the 17th fret. So these kind of ideas, I personally like to inject some dissonance, and the way I like to do that is just half step. So if 17 is unison, if I put that up, I get a half step apart from that. And I love that dissonance. So as I play, that dissonance is injected to the overall harmony of the riff, and I really like that a lot. So that's the chord we're outlining. Also, if you put those notes together, by the way, if you add the G sharp to that chord, or the sharp 5, essentially you get the Lord of the Rings chord, which is a really fun chord to play. Just a normal triad with a sharp 5. So rhythmically, I guess this stems from more of my days from listening to a ton of Primus. So again, just more rhythmical accents, or like a drum pattern or an accent pattern. That's what I do, and basically the entire riff is in 13/8, but that's just because that's what the phrase ends up being, 13/8. So as I'm playing, basically my left hand is going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is my 13/8. So I'm going to play the three notes. I'm actually going to start on the E, so it's going to be first finger, middle finger on 10, pinky on 12, and then with my middle finger and ring finger I'm going to tap 18 and 20. So I have, there's my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And then I'm going to play just E and C, and then tap 18. There's my 1, 2, 3. And then I re-tap the three notes, and then basically I'm going to reverse the notes over here. So now I'm going to go 20 down to 17. So the first phrase of 13/8 sounds like this. Now the second phrase, I'm going to change the G down to the F sharp, and then over here I'm going to move the power chord down to 17 and 19, again keeping that half step relationship. Right, so now I have, so there's, again, I keep the same rhythm, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the end of that phrase, so I have 9, 10, 11, 17, 19, and then 9, 10, 17, and then 9, 10, 17, and then I tap 11 on the high string, and then I tap 19 on the G string. And the only reason I play like that, I just find it's more comfortable to keep the overall rhythm, but you can essentially just pick out the first 3 notes, the original 3, and then slide from 20 to 19 on your G string. And that is the second half of the riff. And that's the entire riff. And there you go. There's my multi-tapping riff, and then you can play it a little faster. And there you go. And that's how basically I would come up with a multi-finger tapping idea. I don't use it all the time, but I do use it occasionally, and it is a pretty fun technique to incorporate and work on. And the most important thing is your chord or your harmony, and then your rhythm you put on top of it. So hopefully you can apply this to some of your writing, or expand on this idea, maybe add some new chords, some different rhythms. And as always, let me know what you come up with. So until then, I'll see you next time. Thanks a lot.